Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I wanted to talk about And Just Like That. Girl, I love this show. If this show does not come back for a season 4, I'm going to be really upset. I know some of y'all don't like the show. I don't know why y'all don't like the show. I'm about to get upset again. Girl, if y'all get this show canceled, I'm gonna be so angry. Girl, one of my good friends, Brittany, she doesn't curse. So anytime she gets upset, she's like, I'm so angry. And she black. Okay? I'm so angry. Girl, what? Girl, get out my face. Um, anyways, I hope this show comes back for season 4. Um, I love this spinoff. That's all I have to say. I just love the show. This episode was really, really funny to me. Um, I took a few notes, but I didn't, just try to take down everything that I saw. So we'll just talk about Anthony. Anthony is meeting his boyfriend's mother. She lets everybody else who she meets, Carrie, Lisa, everybody in the friend group can call her Gia. But Anthony is to call her by her full name, first, middle, and last. Okay? Now, mama got some nerve, right? Because she's judging the age gap between Anthony and her son. But she also tells Carrie that when she was like 2021, she her son's father was in his 50s. But she clearly, of course, well, not clearly, of course, but she has a problem. Either she has a problem with Anthony or she has a problem with the age gap between Anthony and her son. I know at first she felt some type of way because she met Anthony at his restaurant. And when one of the guys was walking up, one of the employees, she just assumed, even though he had a big name tag that said Nick, even though he had a big name tag that said Nick, she thought it was Anthony. And so she saw that it wasn't, girl. She threw a little shade at his height. He was carrying like a vase or something, and she was like, "Yeah, you should put that down for you drop it or something." She said something like real slick. Anyways, but yeah, um, she eventually, I'm assuming she's going to come around. Eventually, Anthony kind of got fed up with her and he called her Gia. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but they were at a party at the end at Charlotte's party, and he said something like Gia. But he hadn't been calling her Gia the entire time. Only Carrie, Charlotte, and all the other girls and boys were calling her Gia. Anyways, so Carrie wants to throw Charlotte a birthday party. Miranda says, "Oh, we can throw it at my place." And Carrie was like, "No, I would rather do it at my place. I have a bigger space." So Miranda was kind of confused because, but when I tell you, baby, Miranda is a better woman than I could ever be. Because the way that Carrie, girl, the way that Carrie tried to handle Miranda at the end of this episode, baby, we would have tore that kitchen up. Okay, because I don't know who you think you talking to. We gonna get into it. Oh, I got something for Miss Carrie Bradshaw. We gonna get into it. And I got something for Miranda too. But I'm already getting myself worked up. Okay, back to what I was talking. What was I talking about? Oh, the birthday party. Okay. So Carrie says that she'll throw it because she has more space. So that puts Miranda on alert. She was already on alert anyways because when they were at the restaurant at Anthony's place, Charlotte made a comment about having like a lot of things on her plate. And so Miranda was kind of caught off guard, like, "Girl, what are you talking about? You have a lot of things on your plate." So that already made Miranda's antennas go up. So when Carrie started talking about throwing the party at her place because she had more space, Miranda was kind of confused because it's like, "Girl, this is not even a big age. Like, it's not like she's turning 50 or 60, like, girl, it's like an odd number." I think she was, well, how old was Charlotte turning what? I don't know. Um, but it's not like she, is turning a big number. And so she's like, "Oh my God, it's the kids, isn't it?" She's like, "No, it's not the kids." And then she says, "It's Harry." So Carrie kind of stumbled, and she was like, "Oh my God, it is Harry. Harry's sick, right? Harry's sick." And she was like, "No, no, it's not Harry. It's the dog." She said the dog. So hold on. She said the dog has cancer. So Miranda is like, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. We have to really make this birthday fun for Charlotte. Fun, 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 right?" So now the goal is to make sure that Charlotte has a good birthday party, because as far as Miranda is concerned, or what she knows based off of what Carrie has relayed to her, is that, girl, what's the name? What's the dog's name? Mr. Oh, Richard Burton. I think that's the dog's name. Richard is about to, girl, all dogs go to heaven. Hey. Um, so Seema. Okay. I'm feeling, I was kind of checking out of the Seema storyline. Seema is okay with me right now. Not necessarily because she got a man, but because there's something going on with Seema. I'm still confused about what Seema got going on though. Is Seema poor or not? I'm confused at what they're doing with Seema and her finances. Girl, so Seema done went down to, girl, somewhere, the Bronx, the Queens. What are the places in New York? Bronx, Queens, Harlem, girl. I know she wasn't a Soho Tribeca. Girl, she was somewhere. And she let some little queen, girl, she was in Queens, girl, letting some queen, girl, do her eyelashes. Okay? I'm confused. I think some of us had a conversation in the comment section. I guess Selena, I was going to say Selena. Bitty, bitty, bum, bum. I'm bitty, I'm bitty, I'm bitty, bum, bum. Yeah, yeah. Girl, okay, hold up, girl. That's my ADHD kicking in. What was I saying? Seema. That's what I was talking about. Seema. So Seema, I'm confused. Is Seema poor or not? Now, some of us had a conversation in the comment section, and I think someone was explaining to me that due to Seema not having any official income, that I guess she's trying to. I think this is what somebody told me. Seema doesn't have any official income, so Seema has to cut back on a lot of her spending in order to try and get a loan. Because right now, some of her spending is team too much for a bitch who ain't got no job, basically. Okay, bitch, you ain't got no job. Girl, you spending too much money. You want us to give you some money? So I'm assuming I think that's what somebody told me. One of the cousins told me that in the comment section. I'm telling you, I think somebody did. Or maybe I made that up in my head. I don't know. But I'm assuming that's what it is. Because Seema is literally, girl, Seema living like us. Was it Seema? Yeah, Seema. Girl, Seema living like us. Girl, she down to the local girl punk shop, girl, getting her eyelashes done for $29.99. Okay? Girl, Seema done fucked around and got pink eye. Girl, Seema got an eye infection, girl. Girl, Seema walked into Carrie's house. Girl, whole eye was just swollen. Okay, I'm exaggerating. Okay, I'm exaggerating. It wasn't swollen, but girl, it was a little pink eye-ish. It was a very eye. It was. It was giving eye infection. It was giving girl, girl, that queen. Then put something on your eyelashes and it wasn't clean. Um. Okay. So Harry, I think it's so cute. Harry has a personal shopper for Charlotte. Charlotte really trusts Harry. Can I ask y'all a question? And can y'all not lie to me? Girl, you ain't don't even put it in the comment section. Girl. How many of y'all would have saw your man at wherever they were at? Was it Berghoff, Saks? I was about to say Nordstrom. It damn sure wasn't no Nordstrom. It had to be Saks or somewhere. I don't know. How many of you would have saw your man with that lady and girl spazzed out? Because I'm not gonna lie, girl. A part of me was thinking, girl, Harry up to no good. Why is this bitch acting all guilty and fidgety and shit? And why your ass is stuttering? Girl, I'll clear all this shit up in this motherfucking stove. But Charlotte kept it together. Charlotte was just like, "What is it?" She was like, "What's wrong? Just so, what is it?" I was like, "Oh, girl, she trusts her man." Because, girl, we would have been in that hotel. We would have been in that stove tussling, jumping all to conclusions. Do you hear me? Jumping to conclusions. I'm just saying. But anyways, so Harry has a personal shopper who basically picks out all of Charlotte's gifts. Yeah, so that's why he's at the store. Charlotte says, you should be at home resting. And then the personal shopper, I think her name is Bonnie, she says, oh my God, I said the same thing. He should be at home and resting too. So Charlotte starts to feel some type of way because Harry has told her that she can't tell anybody that he has cancer. But then you go and tell this bitch you got cancer. So you got me over here sitting on this big secret, right? Now, mind you, Harry is the one who has the cancer. And it's something personal for him, but it does not take away what I feel is a fact that if your partner or your husband has cancer, it's going to affect you too. Not the same way it's affecting him, because he's actually going through it. But I do think it was absolutely unfair for Harry to ask Charlotte not to tell anybody. Girl, that shit will drive me crazy. I'm telling somebody. Girl, I would have looked at him like he was crazy. You just told me, girl, and of course our mind is gonna go to the worst possible scenario, which is, girl, you going home to glory, and you don't want me to no, and I done found out you done told this hoe, girl. Anyways, but we'll get back into that in a little bit. So they're at the party. Girl, this episode was so funny to me. Girl, it was little things that were happening at the party that were hilarious. So it was a group of friends. I think it was Charlotte's co-workers. Oh, those were Charlotte co-workers, right? Girl, they were so funny to me. I feel like I would be friends with them in real life. All three of them, I feel like I would be friends with. Um, one of the girls was like, they saw people walking in with birthday gifts. And one of the girls was like, I don't buy birthday gifts for anybody who owns in New York. I said, bitch, I know that's right. So, girl, they're sitting over there, girl. Only one of the friends bought a gift, and I think it was like a $40 candle. And so they was like, girl, we write our names on the envelope too. I don't know why I thought that was so funny. Anyways, so Charlotte is opening up the gifts, and Bitsy, is it Bitsy or Betsy, the one who married the gay man? Because she loves a punk. You see, she was eyeing Anthony's man. She bought her a Fendi purse. I said, girl, when that girl said, oh shit, we're fucked. Girl, I would have not wanted to go. Girl, this woman just bought you a Fendi purse. Girl, I ain't bought you shit actually. Girl, I just threw my name on a birthday card that this happened about you a candle down at Bath and Body Works. Yeah. Anyways, so Joy did not know that she was not supposed to know that. Well, the dog doesn't have cancer, but that's what Carrie told Miranda. And so Miranda told Joy, and Joy loves her dogs. And Miranda never told Joy she wasn't supposed to say anything. So Joy, which is Miranda's girlfriend, went and bought the gift was really for the dog. She went and bought a gift that was really for the dog. And so as Charlotte was about to open up the gift, Joy was telling her what it was. And then Miranda was like, girl, you wasn't supposed to say nothing. And Joy was like, well, bitch, you ain't tell me I wasn't. Well, she didn't say bitch. She was like, you didn't tell me I wasn't supposed to say anything. And so then Joy had to run up and get the gift and pretend that it was for somebody else's birthday party that she was going to the next day. A whole mess. Oh, and then Lisa and Harry's son, he loves karaoke. He loves Broadway. Um, Miranda had a karaoke machine. It was so funny because she was at I thought this episode was funny as hell to me. Girl, so they really got tired of the little boy up there singing. He had sung 3 songs back to back to back. So Charlotte, so not Charlotte, what's her name? What's her name? Um, yeah, no, Miranda. Miranda was like, anybody wanna anybody want to karaoke? Come on, girls. Come on, girls. And Carrie was like, no, no, no. I'm busy hosting. It'd be small shit like that. It'd be so funny to me. Girl, Miranda really was trying to get them to come up there and sing karaoke. But remember in the movie, when they went to, it wasn't Dubai. Remember in the Sex in the City, Sex in the City 2 movie? When her and all the girls got on stage and they were singing karaoke. What song did they sing? I think it was I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar or something like that. I can't remember. Anyways, um, so how did Harry find out? Oh, I think Miranda ended up telling Harry she heard about the dog dying. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. She was speaking in code. She bumped into Harry at the party and she was like something about like don't worry, like we have Charlotte. Basically like saying like whenever the dog dies, we gonna have Charlotte. We got Charlotte. So Harry was confused because she didn't necessarily say the dog. She was kind of like talking in code in a way. So Harry goes up to Charlotte and he's like, did you tell Charlotte that I had, not Charlotte, Miranda goes up to Charlotte. I'm getting excited. I'm trying to hurry up and get to the end because, girl, I'm trying to wrap up, girl, Miss Carrie. Miss Carrie, baby. So Harry pulls Charlotte to the side and was like, did you tell Miranda about me having cancer? She's like, no. And so then Charlotte goes to Carrie and then asks Carrie, did she tell Miranda? And Carrie was like, no. She was like, oh, I told her that the dog had cancer. And Charlotte was like, oh my God, that would be even worse. Girl, what? Girl, but it's so crazy. Carrie looked like, girl, what the fuck did you just say? But it's so crazy because then but Charlotte goes back to Harry and tells Harry, oh, I did tell Carrie, but Carrie told Miranda that the dog had cancer, and then Harry was like, "Oh, that would even be worse." And so then Harry pulls Lisa, Miranda, and Carrie in the kitchen and basically tell them that he has prostate cancer. He apologizes to Charlotte, as he should have, for basically putting her in a position where she had to keep a secret and she didn't really have anybody to lean on, basically. Um, Carrie and Miranda. Right. My throat is dry. I need some water. So it's the end of the night. Everybody done went home. Carrie is wiping off the counter. Miranda sitting down eating a slice of cake. And then Miranda basically says, you and Duncan seem to have fun as well. They were talking about people having fun. And so Miranda was like, I saw you vibing with Duncan. Y'all seem to have fun as well, laughing, sipping his drink. Because there were a couple of times where, girl, Carrie was literally drinking out of the same cup as Duncan. I said, man, white people, y'all get real comfortable real fast. You don't know that nigga like that, not to be drinking after him. Girl, you drinking from the same cup as him? Girl, you just met that man the other day. Girl, and he just stopped having an attitude with you, bitch, 3 days ago. Okay? Girl, y'all went to dinner one time. And now all of a sudden you sipping out of the same glass as him? Baby, Carrie got pissed. Miranda was confused. Wait, are you upset? Carrie felt some type of way. Carrie starts to go on this rant about, I'm in a relationship. Girl, are you? Are you? Are you in a relationship? Oh, you in a relationship with the man who just told you the other day that he fucked his ex-wife. And you turned around and fucked him too. Girl. She tells Miranda that all relationships just can't be easy breezy. Bitch. I remember one time, and of course I'm not going into details. I remember one time I got into a big argument with a friend over somebody they were dating. I was right at the end of the day. You're not going to talk to me in any kind of way. You're just not. Me and Carrie would have had to have some words in that kitchen. And the way that Miranda kind of was pussyfooting around with Carrie, as if like she was scared to kind of stand her ground. So Carrie then tells her again, I just repeated this. I'm repeating it again. All relationships can be easy breezy. And then she goes to tell Miranda, girl, I've been with this man for over 20 years. And actually, you haven't. Okay? Now, you probably been off and on because at one point, girl, if my memory serves me correctly, girl, you was just married to a man whose heart stopped beating in the shower and his big ass slid down a wall. Did you forget about that man? Girl, Aiden had left and went on to be with Kathy and have 3 kids. Okay? Did you forget about that? Girl, how would y'all feel if Aiden told y'all he had sex with his ex-wife? Can I say something? This is gonna sound real ignorant, and I'm gonna say it anyways. I would rather have my man go out here and fuck some random bitch before they came home and told me, girl, that they had sex with their ex-wife. I just think that's. If my man told me that he had sex with some girl, some random girl, I would still feel a way about it, and I'm still probably gonna slap the shit out of you. And the relationship probably is more than likely still gonna be over. But girl, my feelings would be so hurt if you told me you had sex with your ex-wife. Girl, because at that point, there's absolutely no way we can work through that. Because that's your ex-wife and she ain't going nowhere. Like she's always gonna be in the picture. At least if it was somebody random, there's a chance it might not happen again. But with your ex-wife, someone who you will always be in connection with, especially until until that fucking psychotic son you got, girl, get better. Like I would always be like, girl, you're with Kathy, y'all, at a birthday party. Like I would just, I couldn't, no. Anyways, and then she basically asked Miranda, "What are you saying?" Like basically, bitch, say what you're trying to say. And so Miranda is like, the woman wondered what she had gotten herself into. I think that was the first line in Carrie's book that she's writing. Carrie, of course, is lying because I think Carrie did write that based off of She's trying to act like it's a story based in 1846, but bitch, that was based off when your ass was sitting in that guest house by yourself. And the next day, that psychotic white boy was peeping through the goddamn window. Okay? I feel like, ain't Carrie lying, y'all? I think Carrie is telling a lie. I think that is based off of when she was going through what she was going through with Aiden. And she said, you know, the woman wondered what she got herself into. I was so disappointed in Miranda for sitting there, girl, letting Carrie play in her face. They hugged it out at the end. She tells Miranda, I wrote that months ago. It's based in 1846. I don't give a fuck about you writing it months ago. It was based off when your ass was going through what you was going through with Aiden. Girl, you feel guilty because Miranda clocked that you were having a good time with Duncan. Duncan fine as hell. Girl, she don't want to buy a slam Duncan tonight. But you feel guilty because your ass is over there flirting and sipping out of the same cup and having a good time. You let your hair down for the first time in probably months. So now she is mad because Miranda basically clocked the tea and she feels as though Miranda is disrespecting her relationship with Aiden. No, bitch. Aiden disrespected your relationship when he fucked Kathy. All I did was just say, girl, it looked like you was having a good time. I've been told Carrie, fuck you and fuck that nigga too. You call me when you got some motherfucking sense, bitch. You're not gonna talk to me like this. Not over no nigga who, girl, got you waiting 5 years sleeping with his ex-wife. Girl, son throwing bricks through the window. Okay, with no bricks. Girl, I'm gonna add a little extra to the story. Girl, whatever the nigga threw through the window and almost took your head off your shoulders, and you wanna have an attitude with me? Girl. Okay. Anyways, the episode was cute. Y'all know I gotta be a little dramatic when I do my delivery. All right, y'all, that's it. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. I think I'm about to watch Sinners. Oh, I gotta do something. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good day. If I forgot something, girl, we'll talk about it next week. All right, bye, y'all.